Hello students. Today we shall discuss an old story about some imagination. The Dragon Rock, written by Helena Ashley. This is an imaginative story. Some animals are part of our thinking. Some creatures are a part of our imagination, and they really do not exist. People often make stories about them. The stories about animals that did not exist but imaginated are called mythical stories, and these animals are called myths. For example, look at these pictures. This is a picture of a mythical animal called centaur. In the sky, there is also a group of stars called Alpha Centauri. Centaur is an animal of imagination which has the body with head and hands of man, chest and arms, head, chest, arms are that of man, and the legs and the rest part of the body is to that of a horse. So this is a mixture, combination of man and horse. It is called a centaur. Second imaginative character is called a griffin. It has the body of a lion and the head and wings to that of an eagle. Actually, they do not exist. Third is a unicorn. Uni means single. Corn. Horn. Unicorn. A unicorn looks like a horse. This looks like a horse. And a heron. Heron. Unicorn looks like a horse, and there is a spear-shaped horn and wings of a bird. These animals do not exist, but people make stories with imagination about these animals. These are called mythical animals. When a valley turns dry due to severe heat in summer, something magical happens around that region. Let us go through the story. The children chattered and chittered like sparrows. The children living in that village, near a valley, were talking, chattering, and chittering as they frolicked in their favorite spot. Some children got together in their favorite spot to play. They talked, chittered, and chattered. This favorite spot where the children gathered together to play was a large, long, scaly rock that looked like similar to a sleeping dragon. There was a valley near the mountains, hills, plain valley. In the valley, there was a rock. Now, the shape of the rock was amazingly, wonderfully, surprisingly similar to a sleeping dragon. If we look from far, we feel that there is a dragon sleeping in that valley. Now, dragon is an mythical animal. Nowadays we talk about Chinese dragon. It has scales, hard and big scales on its body. The stone structure appeared to be sleeping, and the children found a favorite spot to play around it. They were not frightened of that rock dragon because it was sleeping. But they were curious about it. The children knew it was a dragon. The grown-ups knew it was a dragon. In their houses, the grown-ups talked about a dragon many times ago, many years ago. Children used to hear the stories told by their elders, grown-up people. They talked about a dragon. Thus, the people of the village knew that the rock was a dragon. The children also knew that the rock was a dragon. The dogs and cats and birds knew that it was a dragon. Not only that, but also other animals like dogs and cats and birds also knew that it was a dragon. but it was just like a statue, a rock, and in the state of sleeping, not moving, not doing anything, just sleeping as if it is a non-living statue. Dragon rock. The children, the grown-ups, the animals all knew that it was a dragon, but nobody was scared. Nobody was afraid of that dragon. Why? Because it never ever moved. During years, that dragon rock has never moved even. So the fear disappeared. Suppose there is a huge animal like lion or a tiger. People find themselves afraid of it. Daily they see, but if that animal doesn't move, remains like that for a few days, then they may think that it is not living, it is dead. Then they dare to go near it. They collect sufficient courage to go near that animal. Here, just like that, everybody knew that the rock was dragon, but they were not afraid of the rock, dragon rock, because during many years the dragon has never moved, never made any movement. The boys and girls would clamber all over it. The boys and girls would clamber, means climb, over the dragon rock. Poking sticks, poking means piercing, sticks at it and hanging wet gumboots on its ears. They would hang their wet gumboots, boots that we wear during rainy season are called gum boots. They have a long neck. Wearing the gum boots, one can walk in mud. The boots become wet. The children hanged these gum boots on the ears of that dragon rock. This means that, this shows that the children were not at all afraid of the dragon, took it as a rock. But it didn't mind in the least, even though the children climbed over the rock, hanged their gum boots on the ears of the rock, dragon rock, and poked their sticks in its mouth, its nose, its ears, its eyes, etc. But dragon did not move and did not mind at all, as it remained silent, unmoved. The children became more and more courageous to play like this. And this made the children a favorite place to play near the dragon rock. The children would get collected, go there and play around the dragon rock, every of now and then. The men folk, people of the village, would sometimes chop firewoods on its zigzag tail. The tail of the dragon rock was zigzagged with strong stony scales, sharp. So the folk people, means people of the village, would tear out of firewood, beating the firewood wood on the zigzag tail, and the ladies' weaving group often spun sheep wool on its spikes. On the spikes of the dragon rock, they would the ladies would spun sheep wool. Thus, not only the children, but also the grown-up people of the village were at all afraid of the dragon rock. They took that rock as if something not harmful at all, though it looked a little frightening. But because it was not moving, it made no movement, during the years, the fear of the people disappeared. Often on a cool night during winter season, when the children were peacefully asleep, during night when the children playing the whole day would get tired of and sleep peacefully, the grown-ups would sit with mugs of steaming coca. The grown-ups would gather together, held a meeting and sitting near the dragon to talk about dragon rock. They would enjoy steaming coca. Coca is a drink, Coca-Cola. Then the stories about how the dragon got there began. During some cool night, in the houses of that village, when some people gathered together and enjoying the coffee or coca, they would talk about the dragon. Some elderly person would tell some stories about how the dragon got there, how the dragon came there at that place in the valley near the village. All these stories were imaginative, mythical stories. People said stories of different types, but nobody knew for sure how exactly the dragon came to exist, just like a stone over there in the valley. There were many different versions depending on which family told the tale. In the house, different families used to tell different type of stories about the dragon rock. But even though the tales about the dragon rock differed, they were not of same fact. Different stories they told. One thing that everybody agreed on was this. Everybody agreed on one thing, though they differed about how the dragon came over there. How the dragon came over there in the valley. They agreed upon one thing. What was that thing? In times of trouble, the dragon will wake. In times of trouble, the dragon will wake and free the village by making a lake. This was one thing common among all. Everybody agreed about this thing, that in time of trouble, if there would come any trouble on the village, then the dragon will wake up. Though the dragon is sleeping now at the moment. And the dragon will free the village by making a lake. In times of trouble, the dragon will wake and free the village by making a lake. Wake, lake, rhyming words. So, about dragon, people agreed on one thing, that the dragon will wake when there will come some trouble over the village. This little poem was etched into everybody's mind. Etched, E-T-C-H-E-D, etched. Etched means carved, written, etching on a stone. This little poem was etched into everybody's mind and sometimes appeared on grandma's embroidery. Grandma would embroider this poem. Thus, the poem became popular and known to all. The days went by slowly. Time passed. Years passed without any rain. What happened? The days passed without any rains means there occurred a famine, drought, scarcity of water, rain. The rainy season did not appear. It did not rain for many days. And because of scarcity of water, the valley turned browner and drier and thirstier. The valley turned browner. There was no greenery. It became dried. And people were suffering thirst. Soil was suffering thirst. Trees were suffering thirst. During every hot baking day, day by day, the difficulty increased because of no water, no rain, and drought condition. They had to suffer as if in a hot day they were being baked on a pan. So people who are in great trouble, the town folk grew worried. The people of the town nearby grew worried because without water, how can one live? Water is important necessity to live. Some town folk grew worried. Everybody was worried. They would look upwards, searching for rain clouds in the blue, clear sky. They would look upwards in the sky, searching for rain clouds. Is there any cloud that would bring rain? They would search. In the blue, clear sky, but none ever came. But the sky remained blue and clear as it was. Not a single cloud appeared. So, there was no hope of any rain. The tale of the dragon cannot be true, said old Mr. Grey Whistle. Now there was one person, Mr. Grey Whistle. His nature was to whistle. He was the shopkeeper. He said that the tale of the dragon cannot be true. It hasn't moved an inch, replied her customer. Mrs. Grey Whistle's customer replied that the dragon had never moved even an inch. It hasn't moved an inch, replied her customer, tapping an angry foot. She tapped an angry foot on the ground and angrily, with some anger, her customer said that it has never moved an inch. It was now too hot, very hot, for children to play out in the direct sun. It was now too hot, very hot, for the children to play in the hot sun, direct sun, sunlight. And they would gather under the shade of a tree. They would gather under the shade of a tree near the valley. The dragon will help us soon, said one child. Now see, look at the opinion of elders and discussions of children. The elders, like Mrs. Grey Whistle, would say that the tale of the dragon cannot be true. We cannot trust over the fact that in time of trouble the dragon will wake and free the village by making a lake. It cannot be true. But one child said that the dragon will help us soon. The child hoped that the dragon story cannot be false. The dragon will surely help us very soon. He must do something, agreed another. Another child said that the dragon must do something. They are talking among themselves. I am sure he will, the third said. Thus, the children were in a hopeful condition. Their feelings were hopeful towards the dragon and the stories. They all nodded in agreement. Thus, all children agreed upon their feelings that in the time of trouble, that is in this drought time period, when there is no rain, the dragon will certainly come, wake, and make the village free from the trouble. And what happens next, we will discuss in next part 2. Till then, wish you all the best. Thank you.